This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Thursday, June 27th, 2024. I'm Alex Brown. A period care startup that originated in central Indiana has landed a key approval for its menstrual cup with a reusable tampon-style applicator. Earlier this month, Sunny received the U.S. Food and Drug Administration's 510(k) clearance for its product, which the company began shipping last fall. Co-founder Drew Jarvis.
Menstrual cups are a Class 2 medical device and have historically been exempt from the 510(k) process due to substantial equivalence, is what they call it. Because we invented the applicator, that very first menstrual cup applicator, we had to kind of reprove that substantial equivalence. We have the opportunity to expand on our sizes and colors and continue to innovate with this applicator device without having to go through such a strenuous process.
Jarvis said the company is now refocusing its efforts to fulfill its remaining pre-orders and streamlining manufacturing operations. Chicago-based Protein Bar and Kitchen is planning to launch its first-ever multi-unit franchise in Indiana. The initial location in Crown Point, set to open in July, will feature the brand's first drive-thru and employ up to 20 workers. The company said it has plans for a future second franchise location in Munster. Indianapolis-based public relations firm Blast Media, whose client list includes a roster of well-known local tech companies, has been acquired by Boston-based Pan Communications. Blast Media is now doing business as Pan Blast, and all 40 employees have remained with the company. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the Engage Indiana series, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. With an unrelenting focus on growing Indiana's economy, we'll dive into each region's unique challenges and distinct opportunities for growth. 9 regions, 1 goal. Indiana's bold future starts here. Discover more and register at ibj.com/engage.
The Muncie-based Ball Brothers Foundation has awarded more than $4 million in grants to nearly 3 dozen projects in the region. Among them is a $2.5 million grant to support the construction of the new Performing Arts Center at Ball State University. The $60 million venue is part of the university's planned revitalization for the Village Commercial District adjacent to the Muncie campus. The Performing Arts Center will be home to Ball State's theater and dance students, hosting more than 160 performances each year and attracting an estimated 35,000 people to the village. The 2-story building at the corner of University and McKinley Avenues will feature a main stage theater with seating for 425 patrons, a studio black box theater that can sit 175, dressing rooms, and a lobby connected to an adjacent Tapestry by Hilton hotel. Ball Brothers Foundation CEO Judd Fisher said the revitalization of the village, with the Performing Arts Center as its centerpiece, will be transformative. In January, Ball State said construction on the venue and hotel could begin this fall and be complete by the fall of 2026. Purdue University and Indiana University each announced initiatives on Wednesday to help bolster the workforce in semiconductors, a surging industry in the United States and Indiana. Purdue announced plans to partner with SEMI, a leading global microelectronics industry association, to create online courses through its SEMI University. IU announced plans to launch pilot programs to attract more women and other underrepresented populations to the semiconductor industry over the next 2 years. The United States is expected to triple its semiconductor manufacturing capacity from 2022 to 2032, according to a May report by the Semiconductor Industry Association. The 2024 NBA All-Star Weekend generated more than $400 million in economic value for Central Indiana, according to a League and Pacers Commission study released Thursday. The study conducted by Temple University's Sports Industry Research Center determined that the event resulted in $290.7 million in direct and indirect spending, as well as more than $112.6 million in earned media value. Center Director Thilo Kunkel said more than 81,000 people from 44 states and 55 countries attended the festivities, including more than 43,000 from outside Central Indiana.
It seemed like the event catered really well to people from Indiana and surrounding states. So a large proportion of the attendees came from the Midwest. So in this case, it seems like I know you always claim that you're a basketball country, but it seems like you actually are a basketball country and people care. And I think that really came through from some of the attendees and what we saw in the responses. So it was definitely an event for people in the area.
The economic impact figure is a nearly 26% increase from the center's $320 million projection ahead of the event. Former Lieutenant Governor Becky Skillman is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.